New brake wear warning in the Sprinter camper van. Let's check the condition of disc brake system components. Open the brake wear sensor connection from here. You can make more space, more clearance between the brake pads and the brake disc by pushing the pistons in. Open the lower bolt of the brake caliper and turn the brake caliper upwards and tie it up with a cable tie, minding the brake fluid hose and the electrical connection to the brake wear sensor. Disassemble the brake pads, measure them, clean everything, and check all the gaskets. Hello there, everybody. This video demonstrates what horrors can hide in my disc brake components and how I check them step by step. Welcome to the workshop once again. I have already started. This video is about changing the brake pads for the Sprinter 2014. These brake pads are for the front, smaller ones are for the rear. New set of bolts for rear and the front. We originally thought that we do not need to change the brake discs as well, but with the light of new information, we might actually have a new problem. Around 30,000 kilometers ago, there was no edge here in the front brake disc, and I can show you with a drawing what this problem is about. Here we have the brake disc, and here this is the center of the wheel, and this part here, the inner part, is touching the brake pad, and usually this is very shiny and nice when you use your vehicle normally. And this part is even, but the outer part is not rubbed against the brake pad similarly. So for some reason there is the step on the outer rim here, and it is outwards from the vehicle when we compare it to the inner part of the brake disc. So you can feel the step between here with your finger, and that's what I have been testing. So the problem is this outer edge, and that's why maybe the brake disc also needs to be replaced. So what are we looking at here? This is the brake disc I talked about, and I had the drawing about this. So here's the shiny nice part, and here is the outer edge, and I can feel the small step here with my fingers. This is not as bad as the left side of the vehicle, but usually, well, they go in pairs. They should be changed simultaneously, and they should have the same material from the same manufacturing batch. So they should be somewhere equal. And yeah, I know that this is something that we need to work on, but I don't have the new brake discs. That's a problem for another day then. But what I can see from here is the brake pads, and here is the outer brake pad, and I can see that it still has around 7 millimeters of surface over there. But let's have a look at the inner brake pad. This is trickier because the pistons are inside, so I expect the inner brake pad to be smaller than this outer brake pad because the piston's location. But this is tricky to see, so I'll report to you in 1 second. Just a moment. Here we have yet another front brake. Well, on the other side, I already know that we had the remaining 5 millimeters and 6 millimeters of brake pad surface left. Let's begin. Detaching the sensor. Like this. pushing the pistons back. I guess there are better tools for this, but this is what I've got now. Now let's go and see what the fluid reservoir is like. Not overflowing, that's good. Now I think I have enough clearance. At least I can see a big gap of air here between the brake pad and the brake caliper. It takes Allen key of size 6. Some dust, debris and corrosion. Now, careful with the brake hose and the electrical wire. And of course the sensor. My partner is helping me, which is really lovely. So much corrosion. Oh no. Yikes. Now I will detach the inner brake pad. You can really see the step here. This is not good. I don't like this. Oh dear, there are these kind of dents. Then I'll remove the outer brake pad. It looks better. But here you can see the brake wear sensor. Now it's cleaning time. Yay! I'm inspecting the rubber parts here, the gaskets and the grommets. Front brake pad in the left is giving the warning signal from the brake wear. And yes, there are 4 millimeters minimum in this brake pad. It's not ideal to put this back there, but because I need new brake discs and new brake wear sensor and probably even the new shim plates, I will not replace the brake pads right now, although I have them with me here in the workshop, but I want to replace everything together because of this deformation in the brake disc. This is not the best possible solution, but it is the best possible I have available right now. Assembling this in reverse order. At this point I realized that there will be almost a brake system overhaul incoming. Stay tuned for the next video. Tightening this lower retaining bolt to the torque of 34 Newton meters. I will redo all this work because we changed the wear indicator sensors, brake pads, brake discs, parking brake shoes, brake caliper sliding pins, sliding pin rubbers and brake caliper anti-rattle clips. Stay tuned for the next video and thank you for watching this one.